Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Old Deer Hunters channel. Today we're at the rifle range. I've got a new Tikka T3 and 243 caliber, and today we're going to check it out and see how well it shoots. Maybe get some, shoot a couple of groups with different ammunition. I have some 70 grain hand loads, some 95 grain hand loads, and I think I also have a box of factory Hornady Super Performance, and it's supposed to be really high velocity, so we'll check those out. I've got the Ailer chronograph set up, and we're going to take a few shots down range. And but before you do that, I want to ask you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel now and hit that little notification bell so you'll know when we have videos of rifle reviews, or we're out at the range, and best of all is come back and see our thermal hunting videos. I think you really like those. So we're going to take a few shots now and check the velocity and see how it does. I just want to take a moment to familiarize you with the rifle we're shooting today. This is the Tikka T3, made by Sako in Finland. It's a 243 Winchester caliber. The rifle has a 22.5-inch barrel, weighs about 6.5 pounds, and has a removable box magazine that holds 3 rounds. We're also using the SIG Whiskey 3 3x9 scope to do our testing today. It's not very expensive, but it does have a clear image, and the adjustments track very well. The Kirsten adjustable cheek rest will also come in handy when I'm using the Pulsar Thermion thermal rifle scope, because it has a quick detachable mount, so it sets up a little higher off the rifle than the Whiskey 3. So I was glad that feature was already installed on the rifle. So let's do a few shots now and check the velocities on our ammunition. Okay, this is a 70 grain nozzler ballistic tip. It should be going around 3,300 feet per second, so we'll check it and see how it does. Very impressive. That one chronographed at 34.91, so that was higher than I expected. So I'll try another one, see how it does. Chronograph reached 34.82, so that's a very good velocity, because these are not even max loads, getting almost 3,500 feet per second. Actually, the book says I could go up another couple of grains, but I really don't want to. You look at the brass, you have some indications of what the max is, and this still looks real good. The primers are not flattened out, there's no bulging of the case, and if I can't hit a coyote at 3,500 feet per second, then I might as well go home. So I'm going to shoot a couple of more shots, and then we'll go down and check the target. Okay, I shot one more shot. That was 3,500 feet per second, so that's a really good velocity. I was not expecting it to be that high, especially since I'm not shooting max loads. So we're going to go down and look at the group. This is actually the first group I've ever shot with this rifle. I just picked it up yesterday, so we'll go down and see how it looks. Okay, we're down to 100-yard target, and here's the group. I actually have 2 in one hole and one over, about 3/4 of an inch, so that's not bad. A 70 grain bullet out of a 243 at about 3,500 feet per second, and it's getting groups out of that Tikka is a little bit less than an inch, and I'm sure if I practice a little bit and work with that rifle, I could get a little bit better group. So maybe I'll go back and try some 95 grain bullets and see how they do. We got some really good results with that first load. It's a 70 grain nodular ballistic tip at 3,500 feet per second, and it's shooting under an inch at 100 yards, and that's the first 3 shots they've ever fired out of this rifle, other than just getting it on paper. So I'm real happy with that. So let's try some 95 grain ballistic tips. First shot was 3,085 feet per second. So we'll shoot a couple more and see how they do and see if they group. We are using IMR 4831 rifle powder for the 95 grain bullets, and it seems to be doing real well. Just looking at the brass, it doesn't really show any pressure signs, so that's really good. Velocity is dead on at 3,086 feet per second. So the standard deviation on these 95s is really fantastic. We may go down there and have a really good group. So let's go check it out. I'm surprised with the velocities. They're a little bit higher than I expected, and it's not a hot day. It's about low 70s. It's a great day. I guess it should be deer hunting, but I think this group should be pretty good too. I hope it is. I hope they're all right there in a nice little tight group like I expect, because that Tikka just shoots so well. Every one I've ever shot is just really great. Well, here we are down at the target, 100 yards. It's doing pretty good. 2 in 1 hole, went over about an inch or so. But I think we work on this. I think if we work on these loads, maybe another powder, maybe changing the load just to be a little bit lower, see what kind of results we get. I think I have some that have magnum primers, so I'm gonna go back and shoot a couple of those and see how they shoot. Okay, this load is a 70 grain bullet with IMR 4895. These are magnum primers. The other loads we shot the first round were standard primers. So I'm going to shoot these and see if they group the same place, and see if they show any signs of high pressure, and see what kind of velocities we get. We'll shoot these on the left side of the 0 target. There's a clean pastry over there, so we'll see how they do. IMR 4895 CCI Magnum rifle primers, 70 grain ballistic tip. .3340. .3355. The primer's nice and round. No pressure signs whatsoever. 3325. Looks like we're getting almost 3,350 feet per second average off these with the Magnum primers in there. It's a tight group and it's a low pressure, so I think we might have found our load. I have to go back and look and see what the standard primers did, but the Magnum primers with that load and the 70 grain bullet is doing about 3,350, and it's a nice tight group, right where we want it to be. So this guy was in trouble now if I can find one. So we're going here and check out the group. Okay, good news. Nice tight group with the 70 grain ballistic tips. No pressure signs, very clean. All the velocities were right on the 3350 mark, so it seems like it's going to be a really good load. And we really appreciate you coming out to the range with us today to check out the Tikka. It seems like we're getting good velocities, and we're getting very good groups out of the Tikka right out of the box. So we're real thrilled with that, and we're only using a 3-9 Sig Whiskey 3 scope. So I think this rifle is going to be great. Hopefully we'll take it up to Grizzly Guns in Jefferson to get Steve thread the barrel for us, and then we can use a suppressor and take it on a coyote hunt and see just what it'll do. So thanks for dropping by the Old Deer Hunters today. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. You might want to visit our website at theolddeerhunters.com. So thanks a lot.